afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with a Simpler Stocks free video for August 11th, 2016. As you can see, it's about 45 minutes before the bell. I'm actually getting on the last half hour. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I could only be on a half hour instead of an hour, and I promised I'd be on the last half hour to get you going into the close. So I wanted to get this out before I did that. Right now we have the ES is down all of 625. NASDAQ down 1175, Russell underperforming, down 750. You have the bonds up 23, gold up a little, crude oil down a little. We talked about this on the Simpler Stocks premium side on how crude oil, when it got under 40, it was supported. It could get up to like 43, 44, and that's exactly what it did. Advanced decline right now. The decline's very muted, and that's why we thought that the market wouldn't have that much of a sell-off if it did, which we had a little one, as you can see on the right here. We had the transports down 32. They were down 32 when the overall market was up earlier, so they haven't really done much of anything. China and Germany indexes down very moderately. You have the dollar really up. Very interesting that gold's only up 5. I mean, with the dollar way down. Dollar down 0.507. You'd think gold would be going nuts, instead it's doing not much of anything in here. So as you see in here, ES is down. We were showing this in the Simpler Stocks premium side in the chat this morning that you couldn't tell what kind of chart this was. What I mean by that is you have some negative factors, including the VIX at its lower Bollinger Band, some sentiment readings that we published on the premium side. So you didn't know if you put this on a 195 on the left, whether this is a little bull flag and we were going to go up again, or if this was a little top on the right. As you see, instead it ended up being a little top. Now the way these work, when you have a market that's been in a straight up mode, you don't get a big V sell-off. You know, notwithstanding Brexit or some unexpected event, a big sell-off always takes time to develop in here. Now, the whole idea in here is you usually get these little meanders down and up until the moving averages can catch up, and then we'll see where we are. But as you see on the right here, once we broke that little level, we went right to this area right here. 74, 82. How many points is that? That is 8 points. I love symmetry. You take 8 points in 2174, and that gets you to 2168. Guess where we stopped? It's amazing how that works in there. So that's what we're going to be looking for now, is what's next. Anytime we get like this, and we've had this many times, where we get a little sell-off, you get oversold, and then we roar back. So we'll see what happens if we get back above the 2175 level. I'm very curious to see what happens there. So as you know, we have a $7 30-day trial, and in that, it includes the chat room, where I'm on every day for an hour before the opening and a little after. Premium videos, much more in-depth than this. Email alerts, which in there I send out every night or in the morning. A lot of index and futures charts, at least 6 trades, chart trades and chart ideas, and a lot of unusual option activity. Most of them have worked pretty well. The last couple haven't, but most have worked pretty darn well in here. Other thing we have in here is a forum that's sort of a message-based sort of communication system between me, the subscribers, and between subscribers and subscribers. Then in here we have a meetup. Tomorrow we're figuring scans on how to use automated scans to look for bull and bear flags. Not an easy scan, but once you see what we're doing in there, you can go through them really quick to find them. Really neat stuff in there. Once we do the meetup, and that's free to members, it then goes into an archive. All of these become free then. All these different videos I've been doing for the last year are just available to you at no charge as long as you're a member. Last thing I have to mention in here is my class coming up in here. I am doing an unusual options class next Tuesday. That's really my forte, is unusual options. Can ask anybody that has anything to do with me, that this is usually the bread and butter of how I trade. So it'll be a 2-hour class, very in-depth. We go over unusual option activity within the Simpler Stocks framework. I publish some unusual option ideas, but this is going to be all in one place in here. It's going to be all set up in a structured way so you know what I look for and how to scan. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this video. I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.